All right, so what we're going to do first is take what we know from the title and do a chart, what you know, what you wonder, and what we're gonna learn, okay? Or KWL. Can you say KWL?
KWL.
What do you see at the top?
Name.
Name and what?
Title.
Close. Topic. What is our topic?
Polar bear. Wait, no.
Animals of the Arctic. What is something you know about Arctic animals, Haley?
They live in cold.
They live in the cold.
That'd be K.
That's under the what I know, under the big K. Mrs. Knoller's even doing one of these, so I'm going to put my name
On there and
I'm going to write Arctic animals live in the cold.
in the
They live in the cold. Beautiful.
in cold.
Perfect. I like where you're going. Yes, dear.
Then how do they live?
Where could we put that?
W.
W. So,
I can't write that fast.
well, I know. How about if I do it and then you can look at it? How do they
Yeah, that's why you have to write fast.
live? Another K. They have fur. Okay. So I think 3 things
I'm doing
under
this.
each one is good to start with. Okay. So we know that they live in the cold. We know that they don't get cold. We know that they have fur. Is there anything else we wonder before we start doing this?
I don't know what that is. Is that a W?
F-U-R.
F-U.
Very good. They have fur. They have fur. Good job. So what is something else we wonder? Leonard?
They eat fish.
Okay, so how about if we put what do they eat? Because we're done with what we know.
Okay.
So what we wonder is what
What?
do they eat? Can you see that okay, Katie?
Are we done with that?
What do they... We need one more wonder. What do they eat? What's something... Okay, let's see. Haley, what's something do you wonder?
I wonder how they swim.
Okay, how they swim. Shaylee, did you have another what do they? Something you wonder?
How do they live in, how do they build a cave? Is that a wire?
Okay, so that kind of goes up... Okay, that kind of goes with how do they live.
Look at my wire.
Okay, so Haley's how do they swim?
Yep.
So there's 3 for each of those, okay? Because what I learned, can we do what I learned if we haven't read our story yet?
No.
No, we have to read the story to see what we learned. So this story is called Animals of the Arctic by Susan Labella. And this is from a website called readworks.org. And it goes and it has all of these things here for us to help us practice and help us do these, okay? So this has all of those things on there. So this picture is actually a picture from the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge, okay? So that's an actual picture of a little animal up there somewhere. There are babies. Okay, so since this is the first time we've seen this, I'm gonna read the first sentence and then I'll have you guys help me. Will that work?
Yeah.
Okay, so follow along so you know
echo
where we're
read.
at when we're done. You know what? I like that idea. Can we echo read this one since we haven't seen it before? I do like that one. Is a snowy place.
The Arctic is a snowy place.
Come meet some animals
Come meet some animals
that live in this icy habitat.
that live in this icy habitat.
Very good. Polar bears live in the Arctic.
Polar bears live in the Arctic.
These big white animals
These big white animals
live mostly on land.
live mostly on land.
They also spend time
They also spend time
in the cold Arctic Ocean.
in the cold Arctic Ocean.
Polar bears look for food
Polar bears look for food
in holes in the ocean
in holes in the ocean
ice.
ice.
Sorry, I got that one too short, didn't I? They like to eat
They like to eat
seals and walruses.
seals walruses.
The white snowy owl
The white snowy owl
flies in the Arctic.
flies in the Arctic.
In the daytime,
In the daytime,
it hunts for food.
it hunts for food.
The snowy owl
The snowy owl
can eat some
can eat some
small animals whole.
small animals whole.
Seals swim in the Arctic Ocean.
Seals swim in the Arctic Ocean.
They catch fish to eat.
They catch fish to eat.
They like to slide on the ice too.
They like to slide on the ice too.
Okay, so from our story, from our echo reading, what we knew, they live in the cold. Did we prove that?
They like to slide on the ice. Sorta.
Well, it says the Arctic is a snowy place. Does it have to be cold to be snowy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has
So
to be
they
really
live
cold.
in a snowy place. So put a star by they live in a cold. And the next thing we need to do is what do they eat?
Ooh. Yeah.
Well, we're not there yet. We have Friends writing to steal.
Why didn't it tell they eat fish?
Well, we're not there yet. What do they eat? What did we see up here?
Eat fish. Eat fish. And
Okay.
seals.
Okay, so polar bears, so put your PB. Polar bears eat seals and walruses. The snowy owl eats small animals. I'll hold this up in a second.
Okay, well I got that in.
And seals eat fish. Okay. Seals eat fish.
I got it. But now I need to go on.
Seals eat fish. Snowy owls eat small animals. Polar bears eat seals and walruses.
Because
Okay.
everybody's working really hard.
So we have made a list. Okay.
I don't know.
You have told me some things that you know.
And they don't really matter. I missed 10 minutes and 10 minutes.
We have carried out our KWL chart. We have completed our KWL chart. So you guys have produced a whole chart. Okay? I want you to propose to me an answer to how do they swim. So we're going to use knowledge that we already have. So this part is just for you to make a guess to me. This part is just for you to make a guess to me. How do they swim? Haley, how do you think they swim?
They go like this.
Okay, they doggy paddle. That could be an option. Leonard, do you have an idea?
No.
Not yet. I'll come back to you. Kaden, do you have an idea of how they swim? Not yet. Shaylee, do you have an idea of how they swim?
They swim like a dog.
You agree with Haley? Okay. Kaden?
Haley too.
Leonard, do you agree? Okay.
They go like this.
Okay, they push their arms out. Or push. You chose, were you talking about a polar bear, a snowy owl, or
Polar bear.
you chose to take a guess or hypothesize an idea, generate an idea how they swam? Were you doing polar bear, or were you doing snowy owl, or were you doing the seal? The polar bear? You think the polar bear pushes his paws out? Haley, were you talking?
Polar bear.
Okay, so you all chose polar bear, and that's okay too. You guys made your ideas, you have your KWL chart, and now we know what we learned. So I want you to take both of these back to your classroom, and I will keep all of these. Thanks, friends. Have fun at recess.